What's happening, y'all? Thursday, Wake Up Barstool. The association shined last night, as did the NHL. A couple of OT games to break down. The NFL schedule release. It's finally here. It's the day, guys. Very excited for that. We have questions from a third grader. We got a lot going on today's show. So why don't you come hang out? Let's hear Wake Up Barstool starting now on FS1.
Yeah, I saw one of the Bears at the latest.
Yeah, Bears very light travel.
Easy travel schedule?
Easy travel.
You got to take the wins wherever you can get them
Yeah.
in schedule release.
Actually, I mean, look, comparatively now, whatever. Whatever. The NFL releases, the NFL's releases schedule. We know travel distances.
Put your matrix up on the big board.
I've spent all morning divided by division. I'm looking for trends here. I'm not sure if I've discovered anything
NFC
yet.
West has to travel a lot because you've got teams going back and forth to Australia.
Yeah.
And then you've got Seattle, which always has to travel the most.
Even
That's not a
though,
breakdown.
because of that, the Cardinals have the largest rest advantage of anybody in the NFL compared to their division peers.
Good for them, but who's going to be the quarterback? Jacoby Brissett with the holdout heard around the world right now.
Once again,
Yeah.
pay Jacoby. We've talked about it before here on Wake Up Barstool. We are big Jacoby Brissett supporters, and that man deserves his money. Pay Jacoby, Cardinals.
This is the ultimate day for you Shieldies.
The Shieldies.
Yeah,
That's
it's a big
the
one.
new slur that Big T's
We're
using.
gonna follow these Twitter accounts all day so they can pre-break a Week 7 1:00 game, and then tonight we're gonna watch the reveal of the games that we already know what they are. We're just gonna see when they are.
See, I'm such a Shieldy that today is actually a day for casuals. The real Shieldies, they know that like last Wednesday when they did the announcement for the announcement, that's when we get excited.
Okay.
Because that's when we start to do our mock schedules and our breakdowns, and we try to figure out when the buy is going to be. So like today, yeah, sure, enjoy your little schedule release, enjoy your little animated videos that your teams put out online. I've been trying to break this down since last Wednesday, and I've been following all
well, I
the
mean, the
breadcrumbs.
games have been out for 5 months.
Right, but that now you
don't know
start to
when.
break down because you get the trickle. You get
Right,
the trickle of
you
it.
didn't
but I know
wait.
it'll be between September and December.
Wait, T, you didn't read PFT's mock schedule 7.0? He just dropped 7.0 last night.
Yeah, the big trade swap.
Missed it.
We swap bye weeks, the Commanders and the Cowboys.
Oh, that's
we went
big.
from
Bro,
week
you gotta
5 to
read
week
more.
12.
That's
so
big.
kind of flip-flopped. Big T just loves using the S word, the shieldy.
I do.
It's fighting words is what it is. You're trying to provoke a response from me.
I do love using the S word.
Well, and if there's one thing I know you love, it's like fun social media videos. So I know you're super excited about who's going to win that battle later.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be so zany.
You think the Chargers?
It's gonna be nuts.
That's a
You think they're gonna have a Mike Vrabel joke in it? Oh, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy.
all right, look, we'll get to some more.
Hey! I bet one of the teams they're gonna put something in there that they weren't supposed to.
Little racy, little risque.
Little Easter egg.
Do you think the
Pause,
Chargers
Jester.
social team takes it home again this year, or is somebody coming for the crown?
I don't know, man.
I got money on the Titans. The Titans have showed a lot of promise.
They've had a good
Yeah,
one in
shout
the
out,
past. Yep.
shout out Nate. That's my guy.
There we go. Hey, Nate.
yeah, what's up, Nate?
The Titans social guy. He's the man.
T-Bob Bear, PFT, Big T, Chief filling in today. Guys, last night, a couple more it's been really nice this spring. Every single night, you know, like, if nothing else, you're going to get done with your day, and then you're going to be able to put on these playoff games. And they've been a bit up and down, but last night really shined, both NBA and NHL. What is, though, help me out here, PFT. You've been in this job for a long time.
Yeah.
Very successful in this job for a long time.
Thank you.
What is the story in Cavs Pistons? Is this more about the Pistons being a one seed who's back against the wall? Because I don't know if it's my brain broken, if it's maybe my age, but I'm all about the James Harden redemption tour.
Thank you for asking, T-Bob. And you're right, I've been training 10 years for this exact moment to try to break down Cavs Pistons because it does feel, from the outside in, it feels like a mid-off. It feels like who's going to be the sacrificial lamb to lose to the Knicks in the Eastern Conference Finals. But what I see is maybe a redemption story for James.
Let's go.
And then but here's the thing, T-Bob. I've also been at this job long enough to know that here comes the redemption story for James Harden is usually followed by, oh, wow, James Harden, Game 7, this is unreal that he was able to go 2 for 20 from the field and end with 5 points and 6 turnovers. So we're kind of back in that mindset where it's like we're all preparing for it. We can see the potential that big game James is coming down the pipeline, Game 7. And honestly, okay, how many points did he have last night? I think like 30.
30. Yeah, he had 30 points, I think 8 boards, 6 assists, 3 blocks.
Yeah, so
in there.
If you look at that box score, you're like, James Harden might have figured it all out. But then if you watch the last like 2 minutes of that game, James Harden tried his hardest to give that game away.
Yeah, the floater that he missed when he should have passed it for the alley-oop.
The floater that looked like an alley-oop.
Yeah.
The foul baiting when he got past midcourt and then like hit the brakes expecting to get fouled from behind and then fell down anyways and then threw it like a soccer throw-in into the backcourt. Like these are the James Harden plays that we missed last night because they ended up winning. I would like to see him move on to the Eastern. I think that the Cavs-Knicks would be the most entertaining possible matchup that we could get in the Eastern Conference Finals. And after last night, I think that they can do it. They proved they can win on the road now.
Yeah, Donovan Mitchell kind of saving Harden in OT. Mitchell had a weird game. He enters overtime, 14 points, 0 of 7 from 3, and then he drops 7 in OT.
Yeah.
Closes him out with the dagger 3. But really, the other story here is the Pistons collapse, Chief. I mean, here you had Detroit. They're up 9 with 2.5 minutes to go, and everything from that moment on went wrong. And then you got JB Bickerstaff after the game complaining about the refs not calling a loose ball foul with like a second left.
They should have just wrapped it up. I mean, this is a young team that just seems like they don't know how to win. Like, they don't know how to get over the line. Struggled to get over the line against the Magic. Now it seems like a repeat against a better team. It feels like they're just not quite ready. They're going to fall a little bit short. But like you said, I do think it's a mid-off. It is a mid-off. Just get me to that. I kind of want Wemby against the Knicks, and, like, I'm ready to fast forward to that.
Yeah. Yeah, now I would like to see the Cavs-Knicks just to see what can happen there. The Knicks are also, like, New York fans are dangerously high.
I know.
Right now. Like,
yeah.
It's reached dangerous levels of confidence.
So we have 2 shoes waiting to drop, right? Mm-hmm. Like, because in James Harden, I saw a shocking stat last night. Not that shocking, I guess, when you think about it, but he's been in the playoff for all 17 years of his career. He's second only to Karl Malone now after last night with 97 playoff wins.
Okay.
Versus Malone's 98. But, like, I've spent a lifetime of seeing the Knicks fail. I've spent a lifetime of seeing James Harden fail.
Yeah.
So who's going to win that?
Gonna give?
Yeah, like what? Who is going to end up being heartbroken and wrong in the end?
So now that you put it that way, it feels like the Pistons come back and they win, and then they beat the Knicks.
the Pistons, Detroit's the one.
I mean, the Knicks fans. If you talk to a Knicks fan, like if you have a Knicks fan at home, I'm asking you for their own well-being. Maybe just start to prepare them for the fact that bad things could happen, because right now they're in a mindset where nothing bad is ever going to happen to our team. We're the best team in the entire NBA. We got the best roster in the NBA. I hope that they're right. I hope that they have a lot of success. I hope they reach the finals. Hell, I hope that the Knicks win a championship. New York, as a sports town, hasn't won anything recently. So I would like to see the Knicks win. But if you know a Knicks fan, if you have a Knicks fan at home, talk to them about the possibility of losing. Remind them what losing is, because they've forgotten what it is. And I'm afraid what's going to happen if they get shocked, if they get stunned in this next series. I'm afraid for our country what's going to happen if you have millions of pissed off Knicks fans.
Nobody say that PFT is sexist because he didn't count the New York Liberties title. Don't say that.
No one say that.
No one say that.
No one say that.
And I'm 85% sure they won a championship.
Okay, so you're not even out
You know what? I'd say a 90. I'm
You know
90%
what?
sure.
Can you name a New York Liberty player?
Currently?
Breonna Stewart, right?
Well, Della Don has played there, right?
Did she? She was in D.C. and Chicago.
Rebecca Lobo.
They had the other Sabrina.
Ionescu.
Yeah.
Good on you, Liberty. 2024 WNBA.
Yeah. And I knew that for sure. And
You're a big Lib guy.
It's crazy that you didn't.
Big T loves the New York Libs. That's everything we know about him.
So before we got some NBA draft stuff that I want to get to, but real quick here, because like we talk NBA playoffs every day, Thunder feel like a wagon, feel like obviously it's kind of their thing to lose. Is it the same for the Avalanche in the NHL? Last night at home, they go down 3-0. Looks like a disaster. Oh my God, the Wild are going to do a classic hockey 3-1 comeback. They're going to force the series back to Minnesota. And then the Avalanche finding a way to get it done, knock out the Wild in OT. Is it the Avalanche Cup to lose?
Yeah, I think it always was. I think the Wild had the best chance of anybody in the playoff field of beating them. Now I think they're going to roll through whoever comes out of that Vegas Ducks series. They're just so good, and redemption from McKinnon on the goal line shot, that was unbelievable. So obviously had the problem in the Olympics where he missed a wide open net. Now he can just do everything. So yeah, I think they're just such a wagon. They're so good. They have I think the two best players in the league with McKinnon and Makar, and they play about half the game. So they're just an impossible team to stop. And Martin H.S. has stepped up. Like they've got it all rolling right now.
Yeah, watching the missed wide open net then into the snipe that he hit to force OT last night. Absolutely absurd. Shout out to the Avs. They move on. They're now awaiting the winner of Vegas and Anaheim. All right.
Did you see the clip from TNT last night when Biz was trying to talk to McKinnon after the game?
They just brushed him off.
Biz put on the scuba mask
Yeah.
because that video of McKinnon swimming, it was like a hotel pool that he was training in with the scuba gear on. So Biz put on the scuba mask, tried to ask him questions, and then McKinnon was just like, next question.
I'm not talking
Get
to
the
him.
next guy up
Yeah.
here. I think he actually doesn't like Biz. I feel like that was like, maybe it's just like he's so locked in right now and he's in serious playoff mode that there's no time for jokes.
Well, I saw Biz. I think it might have been on PMT or maybe it was on Chicklets, but he was saying how like everyone's just like making fun of McKinnon for playing mermaids in the pool.
Yeah.
He's actually doing something to like raise his cardio level like on off days to like for some kind of recovery. So the guy is just a machine.
Yeah,
Well,
he's working.
that's like his whole reputation, right?
Right.
Like he changed everybody's diet on the team. Like
He's
a
the
freak.
hardest working. Like he's a robot. So I don't think he has it in his heart or his brain to like have an emotion about Biz.
Yeah, he's like, wait, this man is making jokes during the playoffs.
Yeah, no jokes.
That doesn't work.
Right.
There's
But
the
remember
opposite.
when he could have won a gold medal, but then he completely choked, and then the U.S. won instead.
Yeah, that was sick.
He malfunctioned.
Yeah.
He didn't choke. He
That was
malfunctioned.
awesome.
All right, let's talk NBA draft here a little bit. And Big T.
Oh boy.
I want to bring you. Okay. Look, you're a college basketball guy, right? You love college ball.
Today, yeah, I'm the number one college basketball guy.
On this program, on this panel right here, I think we'd all agree there. Wizards get the number one overall pick. Everybody's saying DeBanza. Oh,
was
yes.
just saying
Okay.
number one.
Yes,
Yeah.
no, sorry. I thought you were raising. Yeah. Washington. Duh. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Is it going to be DeBanza? Should it be DeBanza? Would you go somewhere else?
Yeah, DeBanza. I actually think you can't take him number one, but Darius Acuff is just so disgusting. I would consider it. I think Kingston Flemings is going to have a great NBA career. I think Nate Ament's going to have a great NBA career.
Bias.
I am biased, but I do think that. But yeah, AJ DeBanza was the best player. I think it goes really under the radar because of what Cam Boozer did stats-wise, that like DeBanza averaged 25 points a game and like
Yeah, it's
would have
absurd.
been runaway player of the year in any other season.
Yep.
And he also played on the West Coast on a team that wasn't as good as they were supposed to be. So, yeah, I mean, I think he's pretty clearly the number one pick. Even though there's an argument to be made, Darren Peterson's the most talented player. Cam Boozer had the best season, but probably not the top NBA prospect. So, yeah, congrats on
PFT.
AJ.
Thank you. The
Bro.
process worked.
All of a sudden,
Yeah.
AD, Trey Young, DeBanza.
Talk
Wow.
about it. The big
Sorry.
three.
I mean,
Okay.
bro.
All right, I'm going to say something reckless because I've made a bet with Hank that the Wizards are going to finish in the top 8 in the East next year. But AD, DeBanza, Sarr, George, and Trey Young, and then you got Trey Johnson coming off the bench as a 3-point threat. This feels like it could be a very, very good team and a dangerous team.
A fun team at least.
A fun team. At the very least,
Yeah.
we got a fun team. And I was going through all the sad old Wizards stats because as bad as you think that the Wizards have been, they've been worse. They've been worse. Like, there's a reason why I kind of just put the Wizards in the back 1% of my brain. Never thought about them for the last probably 10 to 15 years. The Wizards have not won 50 games in a season since the invention of the 3-point shot.
Oh, whoa.
So they've never done it. That was the Bullets.
Whoa.
That was the Bullets. back in the day. But the franchise.
Yes. Yeah.
The franchise has never been to
Wait, no, you're saying to the franchise.
The franchise has never been to the Eastern Conference Finals
How
since the
is that
invention
possible?
of the 3-point shot.
Good.
I
What year
believe-
was that? 70?
78,
Okay.
80. It was right after.
Yeah.
Right after the Wizards or the
Okay.
Bullets
Won the title?
The title, and I think it was the year after.
Okay.
I'm going to look like a big idiot if they won the first year.
Nobody looked
they
that
had-
up.
Nobody looked that up, but I think it was they win
point stands.
They win the title. It's
Yeah.
been a long time since we've been relevant, and honestly, this is like it's shocking to me to even talk about the Wizards on public airwaves. In the past, that would get you kicked off.
Who are you more excited for, future-wise?
Mm-hmm.
Commanders or Wizards?
Oh man, both. Can we have dueling dynasties in the district?
I don't know. I'm just saying. Who?
Listen, I'm just excited to be like a fan of an NBA team that is watchable. It's a new experience for me. Like, we had a couple good John Wall years when him and Bradley Beal looked like they were going to be a good combination, and we got really excited about that.
Gilbert Arenas.
Yeah, Gilbert Arenas until they tried to kill each other.
Yeah.
That was a fun team, too. And then, obviously, we had the Michael Jordan era in D.C.
Who could forget?
A lot of people speculating that maybe LeBron follows in his footsteps and comes back to D.C. I did see Trae Young retweeted that post, a Photoshop of LeBron in a Wizards jersey. So who knows? But yeah, I think we go Dabanza here. You don't second guess anything. He's the best player. I've seen the aggregators. They're at it already where they're like, Dabanza doesn't want to play in D.C. He wants to stay in Utah because that's where he went to college. I read the only article that's about this. His camp around him has said, like, yeah, we're going to play in D.C. We just want to go number 1 overall.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of smoke. It's about whether or not the Wizards front office, who I trust, like, we have a really good. That's what changed 3 years ago. We did. We cleaned house. We got guys in the front office that understand the process in the NBA, understand how to win, understand you have to do a complete teardown and then build something up from the foundation, and then you have to get a little bit of lottery luck, and that's what we got this time. So the process, you know me, I judge the process based on the process, not based on the results.
Not based. Yeah. We're not results oriented.
Yes. So based on the process of the process has worked perfectly to this point. So I'm just excited to have a relevant team, and it's AJ Dabanza, even though Big T's right, Darius Acuff is the most exciting player in this NBA draft.
Is there anybody that you absolutely do not want?
I think Cameron Boozer is a good player. I think he's going to have a career like his dad's, which is a great career in the NBA. But if you're thinking you're going to get a superstar in this draft, I don't think he's got like top of the league superstar.
Yeah,
he'll get 17 and 8 for the next 12 years,
which is a great player.
Yeah.
But in today's era, we look at that, we're like, oh, what a bum.
boring.
Yeah, boring. But no, he's going to be a good player. I don't think that we need him. We need a guy like
a cornerstone,
or possibly Peterson.
All right, coming up next, questions from a third grader. What do our most young and curious sports-loving minds have for us today? We'll get to it on the other side here on WUB.
Isn't that crazy that it's been that long for the Wizards?
And like they've never
1978, 79. Welcome back to Wake Up Barstool. We just spent the entire commercial break talking Wizards. I mean,
it was amazing.
That's the first time I've ever done that in my life. I don't think I've ever talked Wizards, actually.
It's scary. Yeah, there's been no reason to.
This was legitimately that was my first time, and it was kind of nice.
Just keep an eye on them.
It was
They're going
kinda
to be frisky.
nice.
They're going to be a fun team.
Speaking of what? Producers wanted me to say, speaking of frisky, and then roll into questions from a third grader.
We don't. Way to catch that.
Was
You would love to say
No, I actually wasn't going to say that for once, and I was
You weren't
set
going to
up.
say, except for the fact that you did.
No, well, because I
You
was
could have
so
ignored it, and now we're sitting here talking about it.
He said in the ears like a teleprompter. I was going to roll into it, but
Burgundy
then I was like,
will
no, I can't have
whatever
that.
you say in his ear, Jeremy.
All right, so PFT though keeps questions questions from third grade.
Well, we got
they
third
write
graders.
in every single week. They ask us questions. What do they got for us this week?
Okay, this is from Colin from Western Virginia. What is the tennis Grand Slam equivalent to the PGA Championship? So, like, the PGA Championship, I think it's pretty clear we look at that as like the fourth.
So you got
of the four majors,
Okay, yes.
right?
Explain to me some of the parameters here, because I don't pay enough attention to understand all the dynamics.
I would say that the PGA Championship is looked at as being the fourth of the four majors.
Yeah, I would say that's
Right?
absolutely fair.
Like,
yeah.
depending on where you're from in the world, it's probably Masters number one.
Yep.
And then if you're a European player, probably the Open Championship number two.
Like for the layman here, I would go, the Open to U.S. Open.
if you're an American, probably U.S. Open number two.
That's very Euro of you.
What?
Yeah, no, well, I just
Of him to not put the U.S.
No,
Open.
again though, it's I'm just thinking layman, Masters, Augusta, Green, Azaleas, all that, and then I think
The Claret
I think
Dome.
like clouds and tall grass and windswept battles and like because that has a little bit of gravitas to it. And then I think of the U.S. Open and PGA Championship.
He gets caught up. It's like when Brian Kelly went to LSU. when he looks at the Open, he's like, the bunkers.
Yes, exactly. It's not terribly European.
There's something about when they play like the old course too, and it's like this is where golf was invented.
Yeah,
Gives it a
I think that's kind of
yeah.
what stands out of my mind.
I think it's like you go back, you see these guys out there in the wind and the rain, and you're like, yeah, this is what people would do to get away from their families.
Now,
I appreciate
to
that.
answer the question, I think the answer is whichever one is not Wimbledon, U.S. Open, or Australian Open, because French Open.
French Open.
Oh, then it is Australian.
It is Australia.
I think so because
I was struggling to remember the fourth one, which I thought made it that, but now that I remember it's the French Open, it's the Australian.
So ironically, I think Wimbledon might not be the British Open. I think Wimbledon might be Masters.
I think
It's
Wimbledon
easily
is
Masters. Yeah,
right?
without a doubt.
Yeah.
No questions asked.
Wimbledon's back, and then I would say the French Open would be the U.S. Open, like weird, messed up surfaces.
The U.S. Open isn't the U.S. Open?
No, I think the French Open is the U.S. Open because it's like designed to really irritate the best players with like, the crazy stuff that they put out there.
Okay,
The
makes
huge
sense.
rough. And then I would say that the U.S. Open of tennis would be
The British Open.
British Open.
maybe the
golf.
British Open of golf. That one doesn't really work as well. And then the Australia, yeah, you get the weather sometimes. Then the Australian Open would be the PGA Championship.
Is that happening right now, or has that already happened?
No idea.
Australian Open?
Yeah.
I don't know.
And tennis?
Yeah.
It's like January.
Okay. See, there
There
you
you
go.
go.
Yeah, how about that?
When it's summer there.
Right, but isn't it on like 2 in the morning or something? We'd have to
Yeah.
ask Blutman for that.
Yeah.
So
But the PGA Championship going down right now, PFT, who you got winning it?
It's pretty chalky, but Cam Young has
Seems to
been
be a
playing,
sexy name right now.
has been playing
a
really,
lot
really
of
well.
people on Cam Young.
they should move this back to the time of the
Yep.
calendar when it was originally. When it was the fourth and final in August, where it was like it felt like a little bit bigger. Now when they're trying to shoehorn it in between,
I agree.
yeah, it's just I don't know. It's like a forgotten tournament now.
Yeah, the purse is huge.
But doesn't that
is
make
it?
more
Yeah.
sense to have one April, May, June, July?
No, it
Yeah,
doesn't to
it
me.
doesn't.
Because
It doesn't?
I think it's just like maybe it's just like my brain is so used to the order where it's Masters, U.S. Open, British Open, and then to like kind of end the golf season, you have the
Glory's last chance.
yeah.
And they replaced
Great
that
name.
with like the
FedEx.
FedEx Cup,
Yeah.
and they put that in there. And then honestly, like it feels like some of the fifth majors have more shine than the PGA Championship at this point.
Yeah.
Like I would say, yeah, the FedEx Cup
Yep.
might be a fifth major. The Players
Yep.
down at Sawgrass.
Ryder Cup years in September is always great too.
Yeah,
I like how they're the
President's
fifth
Cup.
major, but you'll never get credit for winning it like you would the PGA Championship. Like even if you think it's better, like it just will never.
Can't win the big one, yeah.
Yeah, it'll never count towards your record. All right, what do we got next? The NBA draft should be done immediately following the lottery. This comes from Stephanie in New Buffalo.
Yeah, I like this take a lot. I think that Stephanie's onto the right path here. The NBA draft. Imagine if they got all the teams together, they
be
pulled
so
the lottery balls, put you in order, and then you're like, okay, Washington Wizards, you are on the clock. You have 10 minutes to make your pick.
I mean, from a pure viewership standpoint, would do crazy numbers
Yeah.
compared to a Sunday afternoon when a bunch of playoff games are going, or right before a bunch of playoff games.
Now, people will say, well, you have to do the combine and you have to let the teams do their homework. Do that earlier. Or just move the lottery back a little bit and have it all be the same event and just say, okay, we're
And
doing
the players haven't played since March.
Yeah,
so
you
it's
got
like
time.
it's not like there's a ton of new information to get.
You got time to do it?
Yeah, just do it.
I would love to see that.
Do you think John Wall should have been more excited? Or is he just cool?
He was stoic, like ice water in his veins.
PFT, if I asked you 3 days ago who the Wizards coach was, would you have known that guy?
Yeah, Chief Keef.
This is the first I've ever heard
Yeah,
that
Keef.
guy's
I know Keef. Listen, I joke a lot about like the fact that I don't watch the Wizards, but I do pay attention. I've known like who is involved in this front office and who their coach is and how we're constructing. I've paid attention to that for a long time. So yeah,
That's not a real guy.
Brian Keefe?
Yeah.
Keefe.
I assumed he was a CEO
No.
of the Wizards' main jersey sponsor. It's the head
Oh
coach.
yeah, they bring him in as like okay, this is the guy from this is the custodian of AARP.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Brian Chief Keef is what I've been calling
Shout out
him.
Chief Keef.
Is
Let's
that
go,
their
babe.
jersey sponsor?
No.
Who is it?
I don't know off the top of my head who the Wizards jersey sponsor is right now. I do know that the Nats have two. They've got AARP, and then they've got some crypto scam where the head of it went to, I think he went to prison for the scam, but they still have that money.
Oh, Robin Hood.
Yeah, they've got that money in escrow, so they're like, we're gonna keep that sponsorship on our jersey so we can keep collecting the checks.
Are they the only one with two?
They might be, yeah. And also, they might be one of the only teams that doesn't have a name for their stadium. It's National Stadium.
Dodger Stadium, Angels Stadium.
Wrigley Field, Fenway Park.
Yeah. There's a few, I guess, but like you would expect that the Nationals would have.
You would.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, what do we got next here? Let's see what the third graders have for us next. Question: will you give Jersey Jerry $1,000 if he picks up a FaceTime and can name 4 players who could be NBA lottery picks?
Yes, I will.
Enrique.
From Chicago. So Jersey Jerry he does not know that I'm about to FaceTime him. He is offsite, I believe, with foreplay right now, right?
There's no chance he's awake.
Oh, he's
he's at Bush.
He's doing his
He's
game.
doing Telluride.
Okay, all right, here we go. FaceTime.
He's at a Call of Duty
I'm
tournament.
calling Jersey Jerry right now.
If there was ever a year to be able to name 4, because I don't know if I could normally, but like this is
a
year where
stacked
you
year.
can come on. How about this, Chief, as we fill time here? The Pelicans, and now granted some stuff happened that made it this way, but they ended up trading what would have been the 5th and 8th pick in this year's draft to move up to 13
I'm gonna
last
try
year
calling him again
and get
here.
Derek Queen. Absolute disaster.
Tough.
Absolute disaster. Dude.
How many lottery picks do I need for $500?
Can you name who gave
probably
us
10.
Dana Beer's top 10 prospects? Dana Beers gave us, you don't have to get him in order, but Dana Beers.
So I'm just guessing his top 10.
He gave the show the top
Jerry's
10
not picking
prospects.
up. Jerry's not
Will you
picking
give
up.
Big T $500 if he can name Dana Beers top
If he
10
can
prospects?
go 10 for 10, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So Debanza.
Wait, hold on. We got it.
Wait,
Yeah, we have it pulled up. We have it in the hopper, but we have a graphic made. We're not going to show it. Can we get a timer? Can we get a 1-minute timer here? All right, stand by. It's coming in here soon.
500 big ones.
$500, T. You ready? And you're getting a little time here to kind of rack the brain. Get ready. If he gets the order right, will you do 1,000?
In the order.
Okay, no order.
This will pay for a lot of wedding cake.
It will not, actually.
It'll pay for a couple slices. All right, 1-minute timer. Here we go,
Okay.
Big T. Dana Beer's top 10 NBA draft prospects.
Okay. Debanza.
Okay, keep going.
Kingston Flemings. Darius Acuff. Cam Boozer. Peterson. Nate Ament.
Uh-oh, T.
Uh-oh.
Clock's ticking. Momentum
hang
lost.
Braden Burries.
Wow.
Oh, 3 more, T.
I'm trying to get into Dana's brain. He probably put somebody stupid like Yaxel Lindeborg.
Oh, my God, yes! That was his one that he did, so it wasn't all freshmen.
So the other ones are freshmen.
Oh,
You're missing the future Bull.
Oh, I know.
I'm blanking.
Oh, no.
I don't know.
Caleb Wilson.
Caleb Wilson, and who else are we missing? And Keaton Vogler.
Yeah, I should have gotten Wagler. I wouldn't have gotten.
I think you should get $100 for the Yaxel Lindenborg call.
I'll give him $100.
Yeah.
Because honestly, Dana was like, I just put Yaxel in there, so it wasn't all freshmen.
I don't want the $100.
$100?
No.
Like the sound, that's the sound of
agree?
money right there.
Big T, do you agree with Dana Beer's top 10 NBA
Well,
draft?
Yaxel Lindeborg is ridiculous, but yeah, the rest was fine.
Are we gonna be?
He's
gonna
like
look back-
28.
Are we gonna be like Wagler is like a perennial all-star in 5 seasons?
He does. He scores the ball.
He does.
They're comparing him to Halliburton.
I haven't been locked in on the NBA draft combine, so I can't. I don't know how our opinions are supposed to have changed over the
He
last
had a
few
standing vertical of like 34 inches. He had no dunks last year.
Wait, what?
Yeah. 0 dunks on the season.
It's not his game.
All right, coming up next, guys, it's time for the Shieldies to shine.
Yep.
NFL schedule release.
They said it's always the Shield.
All right, guys, it's NFL schedule day. Congrats to all those who celebrate. We'll figure out more and more throughout the day, but we do have some tidbits here. First, I want to start with the Thanksgiving holiday.
Yeah.
And what would you say is the defining trait of Thanksgiving?
Not having to worry about any sports at all on the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, when you can just go out with the boys, hang out at the bar, and not have to worry about the NFL trying to cram one more standalone game down your week. That's what I think.
So this is interesting because I would have said gluttony.
Okay.
And when I was thinking about this Thanksgiving schedule, at first, I was kind of with that because we now have a Blackout Wednesday game.
Yep.
It's going to be Packers-Rams on Thanksgiving Eve. Then you're going to get Bears-Lions, Eagles-Cowboys, Chiefs-Bills, then Broncos-Steelers.
You skip Texas Tech TCU. It's on Thanksgiving.
How could I miss it? You're right, Texas Tech TCU, forgive me. And then on Black Friday, you got Broncos-Steelers. And at first, my instinct was to be like, this is too much. And then I kind of thought about it. I said, you know what? No, I think it's seasonally appropriate. This is a gluttonous, overserved, full to the belly, painful amount of good NFL football to consume over those 3 days. And it'll be right in line with all of the turkey and fixins and everything else that'll be taken down.
What I really admire about the NFL with this week is every single game is on a different network or service. Every single one is. Goodell packed them all into one weekend.
You get a game. You get a game.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, I love football. I'm going to watch football if it's on TV no matter what. That's just kind of how I'm going to be. And I think there's a lot of people out there that are like that, which is, no matter how poorly the NFL will treat us and no matter how much money they will try to extract from us, we're going to pay. And we're going to watch because I love watching NFL football.
Yeah.
God help me, I just love the NFL.
Yeah, it's again, it's something that we do almost daily on this show now. We complain about some sort of expansion or some sort of schedule thing that this is too much, but then at the end of the day, we know we're going to watch and our eyeballs are going to be monetized, and it's on us.
Now, I do like the Bears-Lions game. I like the fact that that is the early one. That's a perfect game to be grazing around your kitchen table. You get the slices of meat, the cheeses, maybe you have a couple brews, and you're starting to get that early Thanksgiving buzz right when the second half starts, and then the rest of the day is just kind of like a big mushy blur after that. But I don't know, Chief, what do you think about the Bears playing on Thanksgiving? Do you like that?
I used to like it, but now that the Bears and Lions are actually good, it's probably going to be a big meaningful
You're going to be
game.
terrified.
Yeah, they could ruin Thanksgiving. So I liked last year the Bears played on Black Friday, where it's like, all right, you do all your Thanksgiving. Black Friday is always kind of just like a day anyways. You're maybe doing a little online shopping, but you're able to lock in. This is like your mom's dragging you. You can go get the extra chairs from downstairs. Like there's like lots of little chores.
Tough to lock in.
Yeah, you're gonna have a hard time. So I don't love that slot. I think I'd like either the 8:20 game or the Black Friday again. But what are you gonna do? Tradition.
Just in terms of how these matchups look on Thanksgiving, this might be the best day of football.
I think so too.
That I can remember going into Thanksgiving. Look at those. The Bears, the Lions.
The Lions not being pathetic has really changed Thanksgiving.
It's true.
Yeah.
You got
Dallas needs to pick it up.
Dallas, Philadelphia. That's going to be a big game too. And then Chiefs, Bills. That's the one that the NFL always goes to when they need a massive, massive ratings win. They usually save a game like that for Christmas when they're going head to head against the NBA. But that's a great day of football. I don't love the Thanksgiving Eve game. I'm going to watch it anyways. I don't love the Black Friday game. I'm going to watch it anyways. But that day of football on Thanksgiving looks pretty ridiculously good.
Big T, when do you eat Thanksgiving? Is your meal going to be taking place during this Bears-Lions matchup, or are you like me?
That's
and probably
usually about
Eagles,
when
Cowboys
it's
are going
finishing up. Or
Okay.
that's 1 Eastern, so 12 Central. So no, usually about 12.
Oh, okay, so y'all are midday Thanksgiving Eves, or y'all is everybody here?
We probably go around 2 o'clock.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh God, yeah, Chief, you're in trouble.
We go anywhere between 3 and 4:30. Last year we had a
Yeah,
line-
that's kind of me too, which I think is great because Eagles Cowboys is kind of the one that I can have most as background noise here.
Last year we had a line of people that were deep frying turkeys at my place, and I think
Nice.
we're gonna do a line of turkey people again. Donnie came over, Big Cat came over last year.
Oh, yeah.
And they just sat and fried turkeys. That's gonna the Lions and the Bears being on as we're deep frying turkeys is going to be pretty incredible.
That's
So
America.
are you eating nothing until 4:30?
No, I'm snacking. I'm great.
Deviled eggs, dude.
Yeah, you got snacks.
But see,
going around.
it seems to make more sense to me to do those in the inverse.
When you eat the big meal
At 12, and then
noon?
if you're hungry again at 7,
there's too much stuff to put together on the day of Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it takes too long
You
to
got to
have it
wake
ready
up
by
at
12.
6 a.m. if you want to get all the sides ready, and then like people are taking turns in the oven sometimes because we've got 3 things that need to go in there and get warmed up. So, and then the turkeys, you want to make sure that the turkeys are nice and hot. So we basically eat whenever the turkey's done.
Can you imagine how good it's going to be when you're getting a little deep in your cups, you're overfilled, you're making your first leftover sandwich, and there's going to be Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen doing battle, dude, at Buffalo.
Yeah.
Going to start to work on a stock for the gumbo the next day. Oh my God, that's going to be all time.
Yeah, pretty great way to end Thanksgiving. I love the NFL schedule on Thanksgiving this year.
Yeah, so this is great. This is great. One thing we also got yesterday, travel distance, okay? And international games. It's all the rage nowadays. I'll throw it out there to the group. Where do y'all fall on the worldwide expansion of the league?
Hate it.
So you hate it?
Hate it.
Okay.
It's America's sport. This is football.
Yeah, but we talk
American football.
But these other sports have benefited from globalization. We get Shohei, we get Wembanyama. They'd be lost to time if not.
Don't care. We should not be playing games. Like a game in Australia is crazy with the time difference, and the flight over there and back is insane that we're asking players to do that. Even though it's the start of the season, that's insane that we're asking them to make that trip over there, play a violent sport, and then come back and jump into the regular season. It's insane that we've got all these European games. The Mexican game I don't mind because it's like, same time zone.
Still America.
Yeah, it's still, the travel's not that bad, but like flying overseas, I hate it. I hate it. I hope, and we're going to have a Super Bowl. And it's going to be in London, and all the international fans. I'm not talking about like the people that actually live in Europe. I'm saying the people that are fans of the international expansion. They're going to be like, "Great job! This is so good for the revenue." I do not give. I almost White Sox Dave myself. I do not give an F word about the NFL's revenue expansion overseas. Fans of the league do not care about that. It stinks having to wake up early in the morning and watch your favorite team at 8:30.
Oh, so I don't mind that. That's the one I don't
I've
mind.
had a great time with those games before. My favorite team.
When you wake, I'm a little tired of like the pregame shows. So when you have the European games, you have an 8:30 start or an 8 a.m. start. I think I'm good with that. And you roll right into your noon slate.
That's good, but what about if you lose? What if your team loses? Then the entire rest of your day stinks.
Yeah, but like you and me, we're used to our teams losing for the most part.
Yeah.
So that's just like, let's get it. It gives you more time to just enjoy the rest of the football.
One of my favorite Sundays as a Redskins fan was waking up watching them tie the Cincinnati Bengals overseas in Europe. And then the rest of the day was just like, okay, I got like a perfectly neutral NFL Sunday coming my way.
Yeah.
I hate the overseas expansion. I think it's bad for the league long term. It's good short term, but you're diluting the product. I'm starting to sound like Big T when it comes to like the college football playoff.
Yeah.
You cannot increase supply without diluting value, PFT.
That's just a fact, I guess. Well, you can have more expansion teams.
I kind of like the international games, but I'm also not.
I know
passionate.
you do.
I'm also not passionate
you-
enough to go to the bat
You also
for
want
it.
the college football playoff to be 84 teams. Like
It's absolutely untrue. It is crazy. But what the international expansion does mean is you're going to have some teams traveling this. You got 6 teams this year that are going to travel more than the circumference of the earth around the equator. So it's like wide as possible. You got 6 teams, and there's one that stands out here that's going to be in trouble. And it's the Dallas Cowboys. 27,000 miles. Not the most, but what do we know about football? What travels? Defense. Cowboys, no defense, too much travel. Another failure in Dallas. Mark it here. You heard it here first, guys. All right, coming up next here on Wake Up Barstool, let's talk legacy. Okay, let's talk about some of the decisions that some athletes have made that have tarnished them forever. And who would you add to this list coming up here on what? PFT, I've got big news for you.
Oh, okay.
So we're not going to do this. We're coming up hour 2.
Well, I just saw week 3, Seattle Seahawks traveling to D.C. to play the Commanders at 1 p.m.
Oh wow, just got released, just
No,
broke.
The drips, the breadcrumbs. coming out.
Okay, starting to come together.
like that.
That's a big
guys.
time advantage.
I was gonna say make
Yeah.
him play an early one.
Yeah.
Early line on that game. I think Commanders 2.5.
So coming up to start hour 2, we're going to try to get into the head of one of the GOATs. We're going to try to get into the head of Colin Cowherd.
Ooh.
He released his top 10 quarterback list, so we're going to try to predict it. That's going to be very fun.
the season, yeah.
But right now, it's time to talk LeBron, because this is a sports talk show. LeBron, 41 years old, just finished up. Is his last year? Probably not. We'll see. What will he do? Where will he go? Will it be in L.A.? And we were kind of talking yesterday, and it's like, okay, LeBron, he should be roundly celebrated right now. Everybody should be talking about how great he is. And we were wondering, okay, well, why is he not? Is one of the reasons because of things like the decision, like leaving Cleveland? Are these things that hurt their legacy? And so we put together a list here of players who have hurt their legacy by kind of decisions made generally late in their career, and we want to see if you agree, disagree with anybody. Do you want to add to the
May I
list?
just ask, your premise is that LeBron is not celebrated enough?
Well, for somebody who has displayed as much consistency and dominance as he has, yeah, he is not as widely celebrated as
Vehemently disagree with
you
your
could come to
premise.
expect. Okay. Well, what about this? Do you think, did Brett Favre, did he tarnish his
Why?
legacy?
What did he do?
Well,
No.
I mean, there are some off the field things that certainly could have been affected there. But
the welfare fraud you're talking about?
Yeah,
Are you talking about when he sent pictures of his penis?
yeah.
That?
That was a legacy herder.
Okay, yeah.
So was welfare fraud.
The fact that it wasn't impressive, like if it was bigger,
I don't think that's been proven.
then it's
But
Alleged.
is it as bad as him going to the Jets or the Vikings?
okay.
He was awesome on the Vikings.
He was awesome until he blew the NFC Championship. More Minnesota heartbreak, which I meant to mention off the top of the show today. I'm sorry, Minnesota. I love you guys. Y'all love sports so much. You are always pretty good, but just, my God, can never get a championship.
That's tough. That was a tough one for Wild fans to swallow. But so wait, is the question like which current players are in the middle of hurting their
Like
legacy?
Aaron Rodgers right now, dude. Is he year by year? Is he pickaxing his to the bottom?
No, I think Aaron Rodgers. He's waiting for hantavirus to hit, and then he's gonna come in like a storm of 1,000 horses. He's gonna hit, and man, he is going to get on that soapbox. If anything, his legacy is about to increase. But I don't know. Who knows if Aaron Rodgers is even going to play next year? At this point, it's like, what is he doing? I wish Jersey Jerry was here because it's like every week this guy's going to officially sign the contract.
Do you think it's like, I mean, is it just purely like a power dynamic ego thing that he's bringing one of the NFL's most stoic and vaunted franchises to their knees and basically making them subservient to his whims?
I have to think that they know something, that they know that he's going to play, because I feel like they would have done something, anything. I mean, they did get Drew Aller, and they're doing like a complete software reboot on him. I like that quote. That was a great quote.
To learn everything again from the ground up.
Yeah, factory reset. They're going to unplug Drew Aller for 5 minutes, then plug him back in.
Big T, who hurt themselves worse? Kevin Durant joining the Warriors,
And winning championships and finals MVPs.
Albert Pujols to the Angels.
I mean, I don't think either, Pujols didn't hurt his legacy. He's one of the best hitters of all time. Nobody watched him for the last 8 years of his career because he went to a terrible team on the West Coast.
And didn't he play terrible out there too?
He wasn't nearly as good as he was when he was
With the Cardinals.
30, but because he was old. But he was fine.
You don't think that Kevin Durant though going to the Warriors? I think that was the biggest snake move of all time. I think
You
that
could
killed
describe it as a snake move if you want, but he was awesome and won championships.
I mean, but has there ever been, outside of the LeBron bubble championship, I don't know if there's ever been a championship discounted as roundly as Kevin Durant's championship.
Would his legacy
I think that would be remarkably foolish.
Would his legacy be worse with no championships?
Precisely.
This might be like the one scenario in which I don't actually know, because nobody gives him credit for those things anyway. The one way Durant could save his legacy is to go to Washington. He needs to go to the Wizards, squad up. Yep. Durant needs to add another team to the list.
It's
but
coming home.
every player does what you're describing. Other the Durant things, everybody do you remember Greg Maddux playing for the Padres? Every player does this.
Tiger Woods or Lance Armstrong? Who hurt their legacy more?
Probably.
I think it's Lance Armstrong.
Really?
Yeah.
Gotta be.
Because now he's just known as the doping guy.
Right.
Tiger, you get
Tiger's still the
you
greatest.
separate the art from the artist.
Yeah.
That is true, Tiger. I was just talking to the president.
Yeah.
I'll clear this up real quick. Yeah.
All right, coming up next hour, guys, it's time to get into the herd. Colin Cowherd's top 10 quarterbacks. Can we correctly assess the list?
I love this.
PFT, you've been studying for years for this.
Yeah.
This is your moment. More Wake Up Barstool. Welcome back to Wake Up Barstool here on FS1. Kicking off hour number 2, we're going to talk to host of the 3 Now podcast, John Middlekauff, who's very close with Colin Cowherd. We'll talk to him here a little bit later in the hour. But first, it's time to get inside the mind of the herd, as Colin Cowherd has ranked his top 10 NFL quarterbacks heading in to 2026, and he's done it with 3 criteria at play: production, durability, and current momentum. Current momentum's the kind of wild card here.
That one's doing a lot of work.
Yeah.
So I spent a break trying to channel Colin Cowherd. I've not looked at his list yet. I'm intimately familiar with the inner workings of Colin Cowherd's brain. So are we just guessing? Are we ready to go?
I think we're gonna have to. Yeah, we're gonna have to teamwork here. We're gonna teamwork this out. We're gonna try to order this thing, and then we will compare and see what we got right and wrong.
There's one big wild card, and I'm wondering where to put him. But right off the bat, I think he's got to go Mahomes, Josh Allen, 1-2.
Durability for Mahomes.
That's true, but I feel like
think-
small sample size.
True.
He'll probably be back at the start of the year.
There's no way he's gonna put Allen over Mahomes.
I don't think he'd do that.
No, I
There's
know.
no chance.
I think he's got to go Mahomes 1, Josh Allen 2.
Okay.
And then number 3, here's where I'm thinking about taking a shot, because I think this guy's going to be top 5. Chief, I think Caleb's going to be in the top 5.
Okay,
And
upward momentum?
And I think he might be 3.
No, he's a backwards hack guy.
But based on it, I think that's old school Colin Cowherd mentality. He's evolved with the times. Now it's like, I think Baker
Paints his
Mayfield taught
nails.
him. I think he might be, but it's not just because he truly believes he's number 3. I think Colin Cowherd is going to set Caleb up in the top 5
To fail.
so that when he starts to struggle, he can be like, Caleb let me down. He let me down. Sometimes you're early on a stock.
Okay.
I bought this stock too early.
What about Stafford? Do you think he puts him over Stafford?
See, that's the question I had.
I
I think he
don't
might go
know, dude.
Stafford 3.
I would say Stafford 3.
Stafford 3, Caleb 4 is my prediction for
Okay.
Colin's brain.
Okay, Stafford 3, Caleb Williams 4. I'm okay with that.
Where's Sam Darnold on
That's
this list?
where the next question is. Now you might say Sam Darnold has like way more momentum than Caleb.
You
so
could.
he should be above him, but I don't think Cowherd plays
Okay.
like that. I think Cowherd might have. I think he might have Sam Darnold. I want to say 6.
I think Sam's gonna sneak in this list. I think he's.
He's
okay.
leaving Burrow out,
Who
right?
do we still? Okay. I was gonna say we still have Burrow. That's a huge wild card
Jared
here.
Goff.
What do you think about Lamar Jackson? I mean, Lamar was incredible 2 years ago.
I would-
Current momentum not good.
I vote Sam Darnold at number 6,
Okay.
and then I think
Would he put Lamar
Lamar
5?
5.
Okay.
Lamar Jackson 5. I do. Okay. I would agree with that.
And then I think he would put Joe Burrow.
I don't know if he has Joe Burrow on the
The
list.
durability question.
Joe
Right.
Burrow's
10. Put him at 10, maybe. You don't
And
think
he's
he
got-
sneaks him in at 10?
I think he does. I think he puts him in there. I would put Joe Burrow at 10.
Is Jalen Hurts a top 10 quarterback?
No, he's not
No.
gonna put him in there. No.
Jared Goff.
Matt Stafford is going to be number 3. I'm pretty confident of that. Caleb 4. I feel good about that. Goff, yes.
No. Joe Burrow's out.
Oh, I thought we put him at 10.
No, we're putting this side of the room says at 10.
Oh,
Y'all, this side of the room says out.
I think he leaves him out.
Okay, well,
What about Dak?
Oh, he's got to have Dak in there.
He likes to talk Cowboys.
He's got to have Dak in there.
Yeah.
I kind of think Dak could be 6.
No, he
No,
wouldn't
he
put
can't
him
be
down
above
that high. He'll put Dak probably 9.
Okay, Dak at
Dak
9.
had a good season last year. And he's like, we got to talk about the Dallas Cowboys.
Jaden?
No.
Guys, where is Jared Goff?
The durability, he's going to ding him on durability, and he's got no momentum.
Okay, if Dak's at, you said Dak 7 or Dak 8?
Are we leaving
Dak
out
9?
Drake May?
I'd say
Oh, Drake May's got to be in there. Current
Yeah.
momentum.
Dak 9,
We're running out of spots.
Drake May 8, Jared Goff. I would say I want to go Goff 7, Burrow 10.
Okay.
Okay, let's put that on the screen. Let's just see what it looks
See
like.
how it sits with us.
Let's see what it looks like here. Hold on, let's see what this looks like. We still got names like Brock Purdy out there.
I would put Shuck up there
We
too.
do not.
Yeah, Tyler Shuck should probably be top 10, probably top 5, honestly. I think he would flip. Drake May has to be top 5.
I think Goff is too high. I think May's got to be above Goff.
Yeah.
Goff is way too low.
You could look at
We're talking current momentum though here. Current momentum, Goff
Great.
stock down, Drake May through the roof.
you can look at
Jared Goff, Ben Johnson merchant.
fair, but you can also look at Jared Goff and his stats since he's gotten to Detroit and been like,
But we have
this
Caleb
guy's a
Williams
top 3
up
quarterback.
there.
Momentum, he currently has him.
I think Drake May is going to be top 5 on Cowherd's list.
No, I don't think so. I think current momentum with the Super Bowl. although the fourth quarter of the Super Bowl, he set a
Yeah, so-
record for the most pass.
Right.
So Drake May might be number 1, depending on how much we weigh in current momentum here.
Okay, Big T, do you think there's anybody that we're missing here that should be replaced? Like, you don't want Joe Burrow in there. Throw me out a name before we finalize this list and let me know who else you put in
Ooh,
there.
I got one more name that he might like.
Okay.
Baker.
Oh, God,
Baker.
tenacious.
I also like how this graphic says.
Haven't him and Baker beefed?
I don't know.
When he was a backwards hat guy, but now he's proven.
He's evolved.
Yeah.
But that's how Cowherd rolls. He'll like tear you down, and then if you punch back, he'll be like, "You've shown me a lot of you've shown me a lot of heart, young man." now I respect you. Yeah, let's see what we got. I feel pretty good about this list.
All right.
I'm ready to lock.
I
it
feel
in.
good about the
Smash
top
lock.
8. Yeah.
All right, smash and lock. Let's see. Colin Cowherd's top 10 quarterbacks. Did we get it right? Did we get it wrong?
He went number 3. We forgot about Herbert. Oh, that's bad mistake. Bad mistake. We forgot about Herbert.
Now, was this before he knew Herbert was in a?
Can we get a
music
side by side of
video?
the list, guys?
Yes,
I know that's a
probably.
tough ask.
I feel like that would have put him down.
I feel like maybe I'm wrong about Colin, but I thought that he was like a big, questioning Justin Herbert. Like everybody else thinks this guy is so great. I haven't seen it. I thought that's where he stood. That's on me. That's my mistake.
Joe Burrow 6 is egregious.
He loves Joe.
Yeah.
He loves Joe. I told you. I mean, availability. Yeah.
Josh Allen number 1.
Sam Darnold. He put in. He barely. Sam still getting no respect. Right. Has a great year last year. No Dak on this list, which is a bit surprising to me. No Jane Daniels.
I think he put Justin Herbert number 4 because he knew people would get mad about it. That's the genius of Colin Cowherd. I don't think he doesn't believe that.
Can we go back to our list? Can we go back to our list real quick? God, you really had him nailed on Caleb Williams. I mean, your instinct was to put him at 3.
I know his brain. I know his
That's
brain
insane.
when it comes to Caleb. And he was
I
impressed.
would have never put Caleb at 3.
He was impressed with the victory over Green Bay in the playoffs last year. I did not think that he was going to reverse Josh and Patrick, and I did not think that he would put Herbert in the top 5. But that's why he's the best.
Okay, go back to Colin's list now, and I want to see what would you change, Big T, if you could change one thing on this list. Like, where do you think he's
Joe
most
Burrow
strong?
shouldn't be on it at all, let alone 6th. Jared Goff's way too low. All y'all are golf haters. I don't understand.
I love Jared.
But yeah, the rest of it's fine, I guess. I mean, the Caleb Williams thing, whatever. But
What
yeah,
does that mean? The Caleb Williams.
I guess
thing.
we'll see. Joe Burrow, but
I mean, to be fair,
He's
this
ready
is,
to tear down Caleb.
to be fair, this is a big bet on Caleb here on this list. This is a big bet.
I've been tearing down Caleb for many years. I'm not ready now. I was ready in 21.
Okay.
Teven Che. That's what they call him.
They do not.
I do love. I love getting mad at quarterback lists, though. I spent last summer doing that. Every time that Jaden wouldn't be in a top 5, I'd be like, he should be in your top 5. It's a good way to pass the time over the summer. And now that he's out of the top 10 in most places, I actually feel better about it. I'm not out there fighting people. I'm not like, oh, he's ranked too low. I'm just like, okay, it is what it is. We'll see what happens.
He's no longer battling expectations.
You're on to the Wizards.
I'm a Wizards guy.
Yeah.
The Whistler.
Who's 11 through 15 here? I mean, Jaden, is Shuck in that top 15 yet?
I would
I mean, Dak's probably.
We got to stop. We got to stop with the Tyler.
Why do we got to
Shuck.
stop with Tyler Shuck? The Saints obviously believe in him. They spent the entire offseason investing in him.
Oh well, the Saints must be good then.
They probably will be.
He throws a really catchable ball.
Most NFL quarterbacks do.
Not true.
No.
Not
Go watch
true.
Tyler
Who's your
Shuck
quarterback?
highlights.
That's not
Prepare to
true.
be blown
Quarterback,
away.
Big T.
My quarterback?
Yeah, who's your
Well, we don't
quarterback?
know if it's going to be George McIntyre or Faison Brandon yet, but the things I'm hearing, I think Faison might do it.
Do you think?
Could have had 9, but you took Penix instead. Big mistake.
9.
Cursed.
Oh, J.J. McCarthy?
Yeah.
Do you think Kyler Murray? He might. I think when this is all said and done, dude, Kyler Murray could end up on the top 10 of this list by season's end.
No.
I'm buying all the Kyler Murray in Minnesota stock.
Well, you are going to go broke.
No, you're crazy. Why?
You're going to be like the guys in the 1920s that climbed up to the top of flagpoles and jumped off on Black Friday.
Why?
Because 9 is coming back with the.
9. Thank you.
Because 9 is coming
Thank
back.
you.
We'll
With
talk
the
to
Vince-
Middlekauff about it. The quarterback competition in Minnesota is already over. JJ may not even be on the team week 1.
That's disgusting.
McCarthy's time, the era of McCarthyism is over.
That's
I hope he is, because then I can just freely root for him, because he needs a change of scenery, and then he'll be fine. Just get him out of the division, and I'll be very happy for JJ.
Speaking of quarterback, Netflix announced their new quarterback lineup. PFT, did you see this?
I did. Yeah.
So, of
excited.
course, quarterback season 3. I feel like this was all kicked off with Drive to Survive, the F1 show. Maybe I'm off base there. But these sort of reality shows where you get to cover athletes and sports and see them in like behind the scenes in ways that we don't normally. This season, quarterback season 3, may be the best rundown that we have from Netflix yet. Jaden Daniels, Joe Flacco, Baker Mayfield, and Cam Ward. Getting a little bit of everything there, dude.
Yeah, 2 of my favorites, 2 of my all-time favorites, Flacco and Jaden. I think that Jaden is going to show a little bit of personality. He doesn't do that much in the media. He kind of keeps things close to the vest, especially his personal life. And honestly, we're not going to get anything juicy about these guys. They have to sign off on everything. But yeah, I'm excited to watch it. I look forward to seeing some off-the-field stuff, because it's going to be going through a season where things are pretty tough for him in DC. And then Joe Flacco, just seeing what his entire year was like, is going to be interesting.
Yeah, it's going to be great. Cam Ward, obviously #1 overall pick. What was that experience like? So this is going to be from last year, right? Baker's story is going to be kind of fascinating here. Remember, we spent the first half of the season talking Bucks, one of the better teams in the NFC. Baker Mayfield, legit MVP candidate. Mm-hmm. And then are we just going to get to watch it all fall apart?
Yeah.
It's going to be fantastic.
Yeah.
So shout out to Netflix, quarterback season 3. Also, Netflix getting a bunch of NFL games this year. All right, coming up next, guys, we're going to talk to John Middlekauff. And then a bit later in the show, World Cup preview. It's Thursday. We're continuing to break down groups. Za back live in studio for groups E and F. More Wake Up Barstool on the other side. What's happening, y'all? Welcome back to Wake Up Barstool. So we got a couple of kind of random tapas here to get to. First, we'll head, a little conversational tapas.
Some Hamoni Iberico?
Small plates we're going to share, and we'll start in the NL.
Okay.
Braves, Cubs. 2 of the NL's best. Dodgers notwithstanding, because all conversations with baseball, kind of whatever. The Dodgers are inevitable. We'll see what ends up happening.
The Dodgers.
I get it. I know they lost 4 games. They lost 4 games with 4 more runs. First time since 1936.
Shohei Ohtani also did something incredible again, which has not been seen in 50 years.
Oh wait, I actually missed this one.
Just his pitching. He started the season off his ERA and his WHIP is just it hasn't been seen.
So he was dominant again last night. The only thing I saw from last night was the gif of him looking like the surprised hamster from back in the day, or ground prairie dog.
Oh yeah.
You remember
the
what
Bruce
I'm talking
Arians?
about? Yeah. That one.
one.
Yeah, I mean, look, Shohei could legitimately win Cy Young. Again, he is so great that we take it as commonplace and we don't really give it the time that it deserves. A team, though, that is kind of playing the equivalent of Shohei Ohtani, but on a team setting right now, are your Atlanta Braves, Big T.
Congrats.
Big series going down the
lose.
ATL. They've won 20 of their last 26. They beat the Cubs again last night.
I'd like to know who in the world the Cubs have been beaten, because
Everyone else.
they can't hit.
They can't hit now before this last run. I mean, they had just swept the Reds, who had a very good record in the NL Central.
The last place team in the Central.
Okay, again, last place team in the Central
everyone
is
is good in the
doing
NL.
a very interesting
Everyone
bit
is
of
not good.
framing
Everyone
there.
has a good record right
Everyone
now.
has
They're
a
not
good
all
record.
good.
Well, how do you? They're not. None of them are World Series teams, but they're all
I
Solid.
So the
agree with
NFC
that.
West wasn't all good last year. They just all had good records.
Well, they eventually played each other. None of the NL Central teams have somehow played any of the other ones.
Okay.
But
Like,
yeah,
the team's a fraud until proven otherwise. Yeah, I like that.
I mean, no, the Cubs should be good. Although what I've seen, they might not get a hit tonight. The Brewers should be fine. The rest of it, like the Cardinals, aren't good. The Reds aren't good. But yeah, just another nice little victory. Drake Baldwin homer, Mauricio Dubon homer. We may never lose again. It's fun. We needed 1 year, a nice little respite to remind like what everyone else goes through. Like one little break, and then we just go back to kicking everybody's ass. It's nice.
Since when did Atlanta Braves fans become like Yankees fans and Dodgers? Like, we need to be reminded what all you other
Since we won the World Series again.
What you little boys
What year
go
was
through
that?
year in, year out.
2020?
21.
How many World
2020
Series
was
have you
fake.
won in the last
5
20
years
years?
ago.
You've won one World Series in the last 20 years.
Yeah, we win the
you're
division
like,
every year.
And you're like, sometimes we have to remind ourselves.
Baseball's a random sport. The
All the little
postseason,
guys.
22 and 23, we're the best team in baseball. Lost in the playoffs. It happens. It's a random game.
It's a long season, Big T.
It is. Yeah.
Do you have any now? Granted, this is not before your time, but it's the '90s Braves, right? That was my
That
team.
is
I
before
lived
my
through it. It was
time.
incredible. Another team that was dominant every single year, but just could not find a way to get across the finish line. When it
Except
mattered
for
most.
the fact that they did.
Yeah, one time.
One
exactly.
time.
Right.
They went.
in
What
a
they won
shortened
the
season.
division 13 years in a row.
14.
14. So they went one for 14.
Will never be equaled.
The funniest
They
thing,
went
the
for
funniest
14.
thing again, we
The
mentioned
Cubs
it
went
yesterday.
1 for 120.
The funniest part about the division streak is that the Marlins managed 2 World Series in it, and the Braves only got the 1.
And
What
never,
about this,
Never
though?
even won.
What about this, Chief? The Cubs, again, not long ago, it felt like they would never lose again.
Mm-hmm.
Now it feels like every critical moment where you have to have a hit, just they cannot come up with it.
Look at the Ivy just turned green. Okay, so we're like just getting into the season. The season has actually started now. The Cubs will be fine. They're going to be probably a 93-win team. They'll probably win the division, and we'll
said
see.
93 wins rather flippantly.
No, I didn't.
That's a lot.
It's a lot. That's how good they are. I didn't say 100.
Okay.
They're like an above average team.
I don't like the way you said
I agree
93.
with. I agree with that.
Why is that?
No, that was a ridiculous way to say 93.
no.
It was a ridiculous way.
It
to
was
say
below. I was intentionally below 95.
that's
That's my barometer of like, 95 wins. Like that's an awesome.
It's a perfectly average. It's a normal expectation of what the Cubs should do this year, given
Correct.
their record up to this point.
Yeah.
93 wins is, I think that's very realistic.
They just had the graphic. I think they have the 4th best odds, 5th best odds to win the World Series.
How many of the Braves going to win this year, Big T? Don't be funny.
30 on May 13th. I think they will win 96 games.
Okay. Rather flippant, but it's a solid answer.
3 games better than
nonetheless.
us.
I gotta be honest, I was ready to jump down Big T's throat for how he said the number 96. He said it very pensively.
I said it properly.
He said it properly. I'd like to retract my earlier make fun of.
Do the Cubs have any hope tonight against Chris Sale, Big T?
No, nobody does. Chris Sale never loses. Braves never lose.
Yeah, I think he's probably right. We just got to get back home.
They can't hit. I don't know who these guys have beaten, but they can hit.
God, last night was a good
Also, bullpen stinky.
The bullpen's a little bit of a problem. You can always find arms around the deadline, though. And they got guys coming up and guys coming
I
back.
hope so, for your sake.
Yeah, the Cubs will be fine. Good.
Hell yeah, I like cocky Big T. Too
I actually don't. Cocky Big
too
T
often does
bothers
he have
me
to
a
suffer
lot.
at the hands of his favorite sports teams. Here he is, one that is carrying his banner into battle with glorious success.
What it really is that he also, the Braves have had 2 big losses off the field. R.I.P. Ted Turner, R.I.P. Bobby Cox.
Yeah.
And
So it feels like Team of Destiny.
and people talk about in 2021, Hank Aaron passed away, and we
true.
won the World Series, and now
What part of the calendar?
You're shamelessly leveraging these
January.
tragedies into
No, I
predicting
think
a World
it's
Series?
terrible that those 2 guys in their 80s passed away. Unfortunately, that is how it goes. I hope they had Jesus. But now that they have passed,
You got guardian angels up there.
What are you going to do when John Rocker passes? What's that streak going to look like?
I think that's good for a getaway day win, like a Wednesday 1 p.m. game.
Yeah.
I think that gets you that.
Yep, I would agree.
How about this, guys? So the Chicago Fire, they just came out with a new stadium, McDonald's Stadium.
McDonald's Park. Yeah.
McDonald's Park. Hell
First,
yeah, dude.
I was surprised this is the first stadium McDonald's has ever sponsored.
I will say this. This is one of those odd quirks that you realize in like moving to a new part of the country. And I guess because McDonald's is so big here, but McDonald's here is exceptionally nice. Like compared to the rest of them that I've been to.
Yeah.
Does he know?
About Burger HQ? The college? Downtown?
Hamburger University.
McDonald's
That's Hamburger
University.
U. Do you
Yeah,
know that their
Hamburger U.
headquarters are in Chicago?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Did you know that
that's what
Hamburger
I'm saying,
University
because
is
like,
harder to get into than Harvard?
Big T actually told me that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I told him that. Too.
Yeah.
I told you that.
No.
I told you that. I lived in a house one time over the summer where the owner of the house was a graduate of Hamburger University, and she had her diploma on the wall, along with a giant signed Ronald McDonald shoe.
Damn.
And I was like, I got to look into this Hamburger University thing, and it's a prestigious institution of higher learning. It's
right down the street.
It really is, yeah.
So there it is,
Looks awesome.
guys. McDonald's Park. It does look awesome.
Yeah.
It's going to feature a permanent McDonald's. If you were opening up a stadium, is there a restaurant that you would want to get the same treatment here that McDonald's got in McDee's Park at Chicago Fire Stadium?
Medieval times.
Bro, don't.
Could you imagine having?
Don't tease me.
Could you imagine having a medieval times?
I'm going Friday.
That's going to be the new White Sox stadium.
Yeah.
It's medieval times stadium.
Could you imagine, so the Commanders had their stadium opening up in D.C. If they also had a medieval times in that Coliseum, how amazing would that be? Like halftime shows.
Isn't that kind of what the Golden Knights do? I've heard the Knights do a lot of medieval cosplay.
Yeah.
Pre-game. They have a night come out like Slay the Dragon. I mean, I'm literally, medieval times is 5 minutes from my house. I'm going on Friday. I can't wait. It's like my favorite place. I had my 18th birthday there.
Yeah.
It's like my favorite place on earth.
Let's
Checks
go.
out.
I love
It's
that.
the best. Wait, you don't like medieval times? No. Bro, how could you not like medieval times? I don't
I've never
understand.
been, but
Okay, so you don't know if you actually
I don't
exactly.
plan on
You're going to sit here and
don't know
disparage
the
medieval
rush.
times, and you've
When
never
Green-
even seen.
When Green Knight gets going.
That's what I'm saying. You've never cheered for the Black and White Knight as he's battling to overcome betrayal and treachery and win the princess's hand.
No.
When you have a big
I was
roast chicken
busy
that you're
that
eating with
day.
your fingers in your mouth, you're being served by a beautiful bar wench. Don't talk about things you don't know.
Big T wants the stadium to have a Hobby Lobby. That's his answer.
Waffle House. Welcome back to Wake Up Barstool, guys. Right now, it is my pleasure to welcome in 3 and Out podcast host John Middlekauff, former NFL scout, a man I used to work with at The Volume. You should go check out his pod. Talks all thing NFL. It's fantastic. John, what's up, man? Thanks for waking up with us this morning. How we feeling?
Yeah, good morning, fellas. How we doing?
Happy schedule day. Big news everywhere. How are you taking it in? What are your plans for schedule day?
You know, not much. You know what's funny about football is we know who everyone is playing. We've seen these games leak. There's nothing like, in a lot of different situations, stuff leaks, but leaking game by game, hour by hour. Today, there'll be a team by the afternoon. Well, you're going to know like 60% of their schedule, and there'll be a couple holes. Even though, again, we know the missing games and who they're playing, we just don't know the exact date. My wife yesterday was like, "What's tomorrow?" I'm like, "Schedule release." She's like, "Oh, we don't know who they're playing." I'm like, "No, we know who everyone is playing, and we know where some of the games are, but there's nothing really going on." So, they do this every year.
College football does it right. College football is like, we're gonna have Georgia and Oregon playing a home and home in 2042. So get those hotel rooms ready. Like, sign up early, sign up often for them. With the schedule, it doesn't really make it.
Wait. Saints at Giants, Week 6, 1 p.m.
Wow.
Okay.
Just broke 30 minutes ago, guys. Saints, Giants, Week 6, 1 p.m. Tyler Shuck, Jackson Dart, two of the more exciting young quarterbacks in the NFL. That's the good stuff there, John.
Guys with momentum.
That's
Tyler Shuck again.
That might be the return of Cam Scatterbo. That's what I'm looking at. I got Giants by 3.
By the way, Big T, we will talk more Tyler Shuck. But first, John, we're going to talk 9. J.J. McCarthy, Minnesota. A lot of people here in this company obsessed with 9. I'm buying all the Kyler Murray stock. I think he's going to shine in Minnesota. I think 9 is done. Where do you land on what's going on with the Vikings?
Can we be real about the Minnesota Vikings?
Absolutely.
Kevin O'Connell, good-looking guy, solid play caller. A lot of hype for a guy that has played in 2 playoff games, both as the favorite and lost them both.
Good point.
You know, he likes to throw the ball, and he likes to throw the ball deep. Looking back at JJ, he played on a team. I would guess if we went back and looked at the starting 22, so if you removed him, the other 21 guys, 20 of the guys were drafted. Obviously, the majority of the defense, the offensive line, the running backs, the tight ends, and, you know, Harbaugh's philosophy is to run the ball and play defense, and that's definitely what they did at Michigan. Or Kevin O'Connell's philosophy is to drop back and throw bombs. And then they needed to kind of redo his, you know, his mechanics. Remember last year, obviously he got injured, and it's been a disaster. And I also think we have some recent precedent. Anthony Richardson last year, he was drafted 4th, so higher than JJ. They bring in Daniel Jones, and it's over before it even starts. A couple years ago, now this was for the backup job, the 49ers, who had given all the first-round picks for Trey Lance, signed Darnold, and it was like they're going to have a competition for the backup jobs. Like, no, they're not. Sam Darnold's going to be the backup quarterback. And what happened? Trey Lance was traded. They got lucky. Jerry's crazy and gave him a 4th-round pick. And I think if you ask Chris Ballard today, he would regret not just trading Anthony Richardson last year because he can't trade him this year. I think it's pretty clear. I think there's probably a 50-50 chance J.J. McCarthy's not on the roster come week 1 because Kyler Murray's going to be the starting quarterback.
It's an interesting opinion. We deal in facts and we deal in actual computer simulations on this program. And I'm reading this one computer simulation. Somebody went out, they simulated the season 10,000 times in terms of wins distribution. You've got 9, J.J. McCarthy averaging 11.5 wins. You've got Kyler averaging 9 wins with this roster. Now that's 10,000 simulated seasons, resulting in the Vikings making the playoffs 84% of the time in the simulated season with J.J. McCarthy. With Kyler Murray, that drops to 41%. That's a 43% swing on the most important outcome of the season. Now this is the computer talking. This is not me. This is data. So would you care to address the data?
Yeah, not a big data guy.
Okay.
That's probably not my go-to. So I'll just go gut. I'm an eye test, gut feel guy, and I would say my gut eye test is I'm not even a Kyler Murray guy, but I just think he's better than JJ, and I think Kevin agrees.
For anyone that's interested in reading more about these computer simulations, check out start9.win. That's start9.win.
Unbiased
for
source.
all the J.J. McCarthy stats that you could ever want. So when it comes to Kyler, though, I don't know that I've seen enough from Kyler to be like confident in him being able to take over the reins and get the Vikings to the playoffs. Like, he's looked pretty bad for the last couple years. What do you think Kevin O'Connell could do with him?
Yeah, PFT, I agree. I mean, I'm out on Minnesota this year. I think they could be a disaster. You know, a lot of people last year talked, well, they went 9-8. Well, if you look, they were 4-8, and then they played all the NFC East teams. Your squad, PFT, who was coming off an incredible season, just had a bunch of injuries. The quarterback was hurt, and they were a disaster. The Giants didn't have a coach, and they were playing, you know, Jameis, who we love, and Russell Wilson, and that thing was a disaster down the stretch. The Eagles were falling apart. And I'm pretty sure the last game of the season, they played someone who was just like not even trying to win. I forget the exact opponent, but so they went 9-8, but at one point in time they were 4-8. So their roster, to me, you know, the Lions went 9-8, but they were a different version of 9-8 because they were actually pretty decent and just had some offensive issues and some injuries. I think Minnesota, they don't have a general manager right now. I just think they got problems. I mean, they're kind of retooling their roster. The GM was fired because he had missed on basically every draft pick, not even including J.J. McCarthy. And I'm not trying to be a Minnesota hater here. I just think this could be a little bit of a transitional year. And let's face it, sometimes when you make a big move at quarterback and you miss, you either got to get really, really lucky like the 49ers did with Purdy, or you're kind of screwed. I mean, look at the Jets a couple years ago when they drafted Zach Wilson, and they actually, like Minnesota, they had a good team. They had a bunch of good players at a bunch of different positions. I mean, they traded multiple of those guys for first-round picks, and that doesn't even include the Garrett Wilsons, the Breece Halls, the guys that are still on the roster. So I think, and Aaron Rodgers tore his Achilles, and they were in shambles, and everyone got fired. And I'm not saying Kevin O'Connell is a guy that's going to get fired or anything. I mean, he's a really good coach, and if he did, he would get hired. But I do think when you factor in the Bears are not going away, Ben Johnson looks like he's the real deal. The Packers, we have 35 years of evidence every single year, even if you want to count them out, they win 9 to 11 games. And let's face it, you just look at the Lions roster. If this offensive coordinator just has a pulse, unlike the guy did last year, once they tried to replace Ben Johnson, they just have a lot more impact players, including the quarterback. We can argue Jared Goff, but I think we would all agree at this point in time, Jared Goff's a pretty damn good player.
Yeah, without a doubt. What about Caleb Williams? So he comes in at number 3 on Colin's list, and he's a fascinating. He's like a Rorschach quarterback, right? Where you kind of know how somebody evaluates football based on what they think about Caleb Williams. He does the flashy things incredible well. A lot of Iceman moments last year. The little things need work. Where are you at with Caleb, and can he improve over what he did? You expect him to improve over what he did last year?
I would say early on, I'm like, this is never going to work, because I'm talking like the first month of the season. It kind of got off to a weird start. You went Ben Johnson's offense is so timing related. And then as the season went on, it turns out Ben Johnson is like the Midwest Kyle Shanahan. He's just incredible at scheming the run. And Caleb just, in the second half and the fourth quarter of these games, was a magician. So we knew about his physical abilities. That kind of overshadowed some of the early game struggles. And to me, it comes down to kind of fundamentals. Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, Drew Brees, some of these guys that didn't nearly have the physical capabilities of Caleb had to be elite on their fundamentals. My guess would be this entire offseason is just with Caleb working on like footwork, touch and timing on like wheel routes to running backs, on out routes to wide receivers. Because if he can do the basic stuff, he'll be a top 5 quarterback.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I mean, he made, I would say, would you guys agree, 2 or 3 of the best plays like you've ever seen last year?
Yeah,
I think the Packers game when he rolled out to his left and threw across his body.
Yep.
Is one of the great. I mean, I'm 40 years old. I've been watching football for 30 plus years. One of the greatest throws I've ever seen. Obviously, the play, some of these where he's scrambling back. I mean, there's no disputing he's got like this Josh Allen, Brett Favre, John Elway, just arm strength to run around and make crazy throws. But to be a great player, and this is why Ben Johnson had so much success with Jared Goff, just hitting a wheel route on like 3rd and 5 and letting that guy get 7 yards is a really big deal in the NFL. So my guess now, he knows the offense. They're very invested, in Loveland and Luther Burden now. They need these guys. His connection with Loveland speaks for itself. But I just think if he can do just kind of some of the basic stuff well, I mean, that's where Josh Allen really took a big step. Is early on, he was kind of hit or miss with accuracy. Now he's much better. Same with Mahomes when he's humming. Is like they don't miss the basic stuff, and then they do the incredible stuff. So if you add just the stuff that you should be able to do with your eyes closed, that Peyton Manning, Tom Brady could, then Caleb's just going to be a consistent Pro Bowl elite player. I mean, right now he's clearly good enough to, win games because of what he can do when a play breaks down. But that can be, I think it's fair to say, a little hit or miss. I mean, PFT, Jaden Daniels a couple years ago was awesome at doing the basic stuff as well as the incredible stuff.
Yeah.
And that's why, Washington went on that incredible run.
Yeah, I was going to say, like with Caleb, it's not a knock against Caleb. I just don't know how he can play better than he did in that second half of the season. It's just like that's as good as I've seen somebody play quarterback in a long time, especially the way he would avoid sacks and he would just eliminate negative plays. Like
the moments,
the moments. Like sometimes like sacks can be worse than interceptions in certain instances in a game, and he was just absolutely incredible for the second half of the season. What do you think is going to happen in Philly this year? I feel like Philly has the potential to be like, we're back, double birds to the world, like, screw you guys, you count us out, Sean Mannion's our guy, and we figured out the offense. Now everybody's super happy, and has the possibility of going like as far sideways as things can go in the NFL. If you had to put money on it, which way do you see things going for Philadelphia this year?
You know, I'd probably bet on it being similar to last year. It's hard to implode when you have that many good players. But their implosion, the thing with the Eagles, is their implosion looks like 10 or 11 wins, and it feels like a disaster.
Yeah.
I mean, last year was like an all-time Eagles meltdown, and they still won the division and hosted a playoff game.
Yep.
So their standards have talented that their floor is just so high. But Sean Mannion coming in to run the what version is of like Shanahan, Kubiak under center, that works, and I think it'll be beneficial towards Saquon.
John, it looks like we're having a little bit of technical difficulties. I think we just lost your mic, and
He was saying bad stuff about the Eagles, so Big Dom got
Big Dom cut him off. This sucks because like we're also up against a break, so we got to go. It's a terrible way to the interview, but thank you, John. You're the best. Hosted 3 and Out podcast, guys.
Thanks,
Everybody
John.
go check it out. Excellent NFL information. I didn't even get to ask him if Tyler Shuck was a top 10 quarterback. I was waiting. I was about to sneak it in there at the end. But
I think this is just also maybe a word of warning, like you say bad things about 9, and then
it was Greer.
and then all of a sudden your internet doesn't work. Yeah.
Of course. Thank you, John. Zah, coming up next, talking World Cup. What's happening, y'all? Welcome back to WUB. So we are how many days out? Are we less than a month from the World Cup now, or is it more less than a month away?
Yeah.
Remember, we had the
12th
tracker
is our
on Fox
first
the other day.
game.
There we go. We are within 30 days of the World Cup. We've been every single week here on Thursday breaking the groups down. We've had Zah come on. We've had Chief come on. We got both guys today. And today we're looking at groups E and F. We'll start in Group E. Zah, take us away. Give us the rundown here.
Yeah, Group E features, thank you for having me. Good morning, first things first. Group E features Germany. Good morning, fellas.
5-1.
Germany, Curacao, Ivory Coast, and Ecuador. I am very excited about this group because Germany hasn't made it out of the qualifying stages for, I think it was the past 2 World Cups. The last one they went out, they actually won it back in 2014.
Yeah, they're incredible.
They won it. The last 2, they didn't make it out. So I'm very, very high on the Germans. I think that they're going to win this group. Ecuador is going to be very hard to beat. Their spine is very, very solid. Their 2 center backs, and Pancho and Hincapié, very good players. Tough to beat. And then the Elephants of Africa, Cote d'Ivoire. Of course, I'm an African boy, so all the African teams I'm going to be rooting for. And then one of my favorite stories in the World Cup, fellas, this Curacao team, man. This island, small island off the coast of Venezuela, it's probably the size of Naperville for us local Chicago guys. 150, 180,000 people there. Made it to the World Cup. They were beating bigger islands in the qualifying, Jamaica and all that. So I'm actually pumped. If you're looking for an underdog story, somebody to root for, if you've got no rooting interest, a country like this will be a great story.
Will they score a goal?
Bro, I am going to be rooting so hard. And when it goes in, it's going to be great, man. That I'm sure everybody's going to get behind them. But
Big Braves fans in Curacao.
Yeah.
It's a Little League World Series power.
Ozzy Albies. Yeah.
Xander
love the
Bogaerts, I believe,
Braves.
Xander Bogaerts are from there.
Yeah.
I believe.
Yep.
150,000 people, yeah.
Tiny, small
That's
island.
insane.
Imagine.
So yeah, to me again, the layman who just knows like World Cup through growing up and watching this feels like a Germany runaway here, right?
On paper. But the funny thing about international football is the stuff that happens on paper usually doesn't translate to reality, because they don't play together as frequently as they do with their clubs. But you would think, it's a superpower.
Ivory Coast and Ecuador is very solid.
That right there is going to be the key game.
Yeah.
I highlighted that as the key game as to who goes out. I think Ecuador might cause some problems. Man.
Yeah.
Any team, it's the Arsenal model. I know you're not going to like to hear this, but it's the Arsenal model. If you are tough to beat,
Getting VAR decisions.
Stop it, Mr.
Congrats,
Bitter over here.
congrats
Thank you,
on winning
PFT.
the
Thank you.
Premier
League.
No, two games.
They're doing
No,
a double.
it's a fun way to win.
Yeah, you already have your trophy though.
You bought the trophy.
No, I didn't.
You literally bought a trophy.
No, I didn't. But anyway, back to Ecuador. If you're tough to beat, man, you can go far. And I think that base of Hincapié and Pacho with Caicedo sitting right in front of them. anything can happen.
What's the German style this World Cup? How do you see them coming out? Like what type of soccer are they playing?
Vertical. I think Wirtz is going to be very key to what they do in that number 10. So they creative players in Wirtz. Musiala, who's just coming back from injury, he's been injured pretty much throughout the season. He's getting his legs back. Hopefully he'll be fine through the World Cup. Them two are going to be very key for the Germans in the tight spaces operating in there. The wingers, Gnabry and Sané, solid. My guy Havertz, hopefully he can get his legs in him a little bit too. He will help them out going up front. Then at the back, there we go. We got Kai Havertz right there. He's going to be big for them. And then at the back, solid again with the Rudiger at the back, Jonathan Tah, forming the base, Kimmich operating, and he's the maestro for them. I think this is the year that they get out. I mean, it's a little watered down now with the 48 teams.
Right.
They get out of the groups and hopefully go further because the Germans have been thirsty for that.
Okay, so Germany probably gets out, and then it comes down to Ecuador and Ivory Coast, and again, a third team's possible in all of these, but that's going to be the game to watch. Let's move on to Group F. This with a few more, again, seemingly kind of big names jammed into one group together.
Yes, sir. And one of those big names I am very, very, very high on. It's not fun betting on France or Spain or everybody with all the thingies, so I'm not going to tell people to do that. But once the tournament comes around, I'm probably going to go to the DraftKings Sportsbook and put a little wager on the Netherlands. I think the Netherlands are a very good dark horse to actually go all the way. I have them going all the way.
They've been close. You look right there, 3-time runners-up.
I was there in the stands in Soweto back in 2010 when they lost to Spain, that Spain team with Iniesta and them and all that. They get into the knockout stages, cause problems, built the way I like, that back four solid, featuring Van Dijk, featuring my guy Timber, Van de Ven, boo, Dumfries, Dumfries, and all that. Very solid defense. Their midfield is good with Gravenberch operating in there.
Do they have a striker?
That's where the issue is with the Netherlands. They have competent players. They don't have that maverick. They got Memphis right there, who hopefully can get his legs in them too. A very big experience. They lost. You know who's very good at international level, who just got injured, plays for Tottenham? For the Netherlands, massive for them, but sucks for Tottenham. Xavi Simons.
Yeah.
He would have been huge for them, but all that. That's the one area that they're lacking, is that they don't have a maverick up front right there to lead them.
They got a lot of size. Do they still have like a lot of tall guys? Because I remember in some of these old Netherlands teams, they would always have like the tallest.
Yeah. Van Dijk. So their defenders are tall. Cody Gakpo, one of their attackers, is about 6'3", 6'4", the Liverpool guy. They got some size in that team. And then the Japanese.
I love watching Japan in these World Cups. They always find a way to win.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's sad though. They just lost Matoma this weekend. He got injured at the Brighton game. They just confirmed that it's a hamstring thing. So who knows if he'll feature at the World Cup? But I think they might. They always. I mean, everybody loves them. The whole thing where they clean up their section after every game, clean up the stadium and all that. Pretty cool. You root for that. I think they potentially could make some noise. This next team I am very high on because it features my striker, Glock 14, Victor Gyökeres, Sweden. Their route was techie, boys. I don't know if you guys follow closely, but the way they actually got to the World Cup was insane. Their qualifying
Nations League.
Yep. Yeah. They got in through the Nations League loophole. So the actual World Cup qualifying group, they came last in their group. They lost 4 games, drew 2. Last in the qualifying, Sweden did. Last in the qualifying group was with Switzerland, Kosovo, and Slovenia. They got eliminated, but because the tournament got expanded to 48 teams, they created another route, the World Cup playoff route that they did, where all the leaders in the Nations League groups get to play in that tournament. It was a knockout tournament. They made it through that route. Even that way, they got relegated from Group B and topped Group C. So the group that they initially started on, they were bottom of, top Group C, because they topped Group C, got to the qualifying tournament. Yep. They were seeded as the away team in their first round because they were unseeded against Ukraine. Ukraine couldn't play at home because of the unfortunate situation that's going on over there. Neutral venue that ended up having more Swedes in the stands than Ukrainians, kind of thing. Won that game, went on to the final. Victor Gyökeres, late 3-2 against Poland, and that's how they got there.
Great guys up front. Alanga, Isak, your
Gyökeres.
guy.
Very, very exciting. It's a very exciting team. Low key, it's a very, very
battle. So okay, so they had to
exciting
battle to get there. What about Tunisia? Are they just kind of the afterthought in this?
Yeah, my fellow North Africans, it's gonna be a tough group for them. Again, it's the World Cup. Who knows? They might be able to surprise, but I am not really expecting too much from Tunisia. They feature a former Arsenal player, Omar Rekik. So I'm gonna be keeping an eye.
Carthage is a solid.
That's cool.
That's a
Keeping an
great.
eye. Hey.
African teams have the best.
I don't ever think I
Yeah.
realized that Tunisia was Carthage.
Les Elephants.
They have a ton
the
of
Atlas Lions,
UNESCO sites.
the Black Stars.
Yeah, the Black Stars. and all
Yeah,
that.
they've
That's awesome.
got great names. Who's the best goalkeeper in this World Cup?
Ooh, that is a tough question. You know what the funny thing is? The best goalkeeper in this World Cup is actually going to be a third-choice goalkeeper for Spain.
Okay.
He actually is not going to be playing, but out of the David Raya, of course. David Raya is the number. He is. I don't know why you're shaking your head.
Is this the Arsenal keeper?
Yeah,
He is the number one. He is the number one. He is the number one keeper on the planet.
He draws
Right now.
fouls better than
Right
anybody.
here. I
Yeah,
can't get it.
draws fouls better than any keeper.
3 Golden Gloves in a row. Don't listen to these haters.
So then
3
why
Golden
is
Gloves
he
in a row.
third choice?
3 Golden Gloves.
Yeah, why isn't he starting?
Listen, I don't want to get into the politics and the tribalism going on over there in Spain. They're not using their.
There's
they're not
2
using
goalies
their
better than him in
brains.
Spain.
So they say. But yeah, these are, for me, the Group F. These are the players that I think.
Okay.
Each team. I try to be balanced on each team. Picked one. Van Dijk, I think, is the best player on the Netherlands. I'm sure we can agree on
Yep.
that.
Which-
Mitoma, I would have picked Mitoma, but he just got injured. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just curious where Japan is going to be playing their games. I'm wondering if Shohei's going to have an opportunity to go out and watch the guys play. I said there are some pretty juicy odds. They're not favored to win their group. Shohei might capitalize on that too.
If it's West Coast, they might be able to pull some big crowds. There's a lot of Japanese cats on the line.
Right, and honestly, they could probably invite Shohei to play on the team, and he'd probably be the best soccer player in the world.
Probably.
Real quick here, we have a projected starting lineup for the U.S. men's national team. Want to get Chiefs and Salvers' reaction to this.
Okay.
And Big T, you're U.S. M&T.
Hey, what am I, chopped liver?
Yeah, that's right. My bad. I forgot.
I-
You
I
got
love
PFT only
I guess I'm the
cares
only-
about
yeah, I'm
Olympics.
the only one
Doesn't
that
even
isn't
watch
here.
soccer unless it's.
No.
Yeah.
1 minute.
Okay.
So my eyes are terrible.
Yeah, me too. We gotta
go on the
blow
big
that
screen.
up full
I don't know
screen.
about 10.
You're going back 3.
There.
We got Freeze.
Yeah, they have to go back 3.
And Freeze and Net, not Turner. Interesting.
Yeah, Freeze has probably earned that.
How's
Matt Turner kind of.
I feel like Tillman's gonna make his way into that starting lineup too.
What do you keeper wise? Who do you? Because he was
I think
one of
it
yours.
has to be
Matt
Freeze.
Turner was mine. He was yours
He was
too.
great. He was really good 4 years ago.
And he went
played
to
excellent.
Forest, and then his career was
fell
never the
apart.
same.
I like this lineup. Listen, this is the golden generation that we've been talking about for
Yeah.
12 years, minus Gio Reyna.
I'll say this. I like the shape. The back
Good shape.
back 3.
Pause.
The back 3 is good.
You like the shape from the back.
I like the shape from the back. I do like the shape from the back.
There it is. All right, guys. Thank you, Zal. You're the best, man. Thank you,
Thank you,
Chief.
everybody.
Bye, Mom.
PFT.
Love you,
Thank
Mom.
Big
See you
T.
Sunday.
Love you guys.
Saturday, Mom.
We'll see you
Love you.
tomorrow. We'll close out the week with a little Friday wub. Have a great day, guys.